I created this photograph of Jimmy Page a while back, and probably not the way you would think it would normally be done. It was actually in color, and I converted it to black and white and softened it just a hair. Robert Maxfield, and I'm a concert and music photographer in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, and the photograph that you just saw is not real. In fact, none of the last three photographs you saw were real. How's that possible? Modern technology is possible. Each one of these photographs, the one of Jimmy Page, the one of Ted Nugent, and the one of Derek St. Holmes, I don't think it looks like Derek, but hey, that's what it produced. It looks kind of good. None of those are real. They were all three created with ChatGPT. And guess what? Now you can't do that in ChatGPT. But that is scary. I just went in and opened up ChatGPT and I said, create a photograph of Jimmy Page in the early 1970s in an indoor concert setting. And that's the photograph it produced. It produced it in color, and the colors didn't look real. They didn't look good for the time period. So I converted it to black and white and said, soften a little bit, and this is the photograph that it produced. So, okay, you ask yourself, hey, what's the big deal? The big deal is there are a lot of photographs out there in the concert music world that do not look real. And to what point are they not real? Did you use AI a little bit? Did you use AI a lot? Or did you use the whole damn thing to create the whole photograph? How much is too much? And where do you draw the line? At some point in concert music photography, you got to talk ethics. And when is a photograph no longer represent being a photograph? And I know a lot of people take certain things out of photographs, like mic stands, and they take trash and junk like that. I know they soften them up to the point where they become like watercolor paintings or stained glass. I've seen a lot of people using swirls and different kinds of filters. But when it comes to using AI, you have to draw a line somewhere before it no longer becomes a photograph. And let's face it, ChatGPT at its disposal probably had thousands of photographs of Jimmy Page in the past that it could select and work from, and then it could modify that all on its own and create something that would rival what a photographer of the time period would produce. So if we can do that now with modern AI, imagine what it's going to be like 10 years from now. So at some point, you've got to draw the ethical standards and say, what do you do now? And this is becoming a big problem. Another problem with this is the fact that you're taking a famous person, or maybe not even a famous person, and you're creating something that they were never at, never did, had nothing to do with, and that could be a big issue because you're putting someone somewhere that just totally never existed. So you get more ethic problems than you think. And at some point, you got to toss all your journalistic training, all your values, and all that kind of thing, and just chunk them right out the window. Because at this point, they no longer exist. So it's questionable. And really, I think there's a big difference between editing and touching up blemishes like they used to do with an airbrush or dodge and burn on your photograph in the darkroom. There's a whole lot of difference between editing and adjusting for color temperature than literally creating something that totally never ever existed. So now it's your turn. Let's hear your thoughts. I want you to put your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about this because it's going to keep going. It's the future. And it's disturbing because I think it jeopardizes the craftsmanship that all concert photographers want to achieve, what they want to produce. It takes away from the skills and the qualities that we desire to have as concert photographers.